Sláinte du Buckaroos. So I picked up this 12-pack from Columbus. It was called Lupulin Lunchbox. So this is one of the 4 beers that was in there. The Columbus Brewing India Pale. I think I've had this one before, but it's been many years, so I don't really have a clear recollection. 6.3%. Using my, and I happen to be in the Columbus area for Ohio Pint Day, so using the glass for Ohio Pint Day. Oh gosh, the aromas on that are just insane, man. India Pale Ale. I don't think it tells me much about the beer other than brewed and canned by Columbus Brewing Company, Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, it doesn't give me any other information. I didn't make it to Columbus. It's really the one I wanted to get to because I was in Columbus, Ohio. Sometimes things just work out that way. I knew I wasn't going to get to all of them. That's what I kind of tried to resign myself to. That fact is, I could, I could make a concentrated effort to get to a lot, or just enjoy the ones I was at. And I kind of decided to do the latter and just enjoy the ones that I could get to, rather than just try to, be so fast and get to a lot. So now we're just going to relax and enjoy my time in the area. And part of that decision, in all honesty, was made because, well, I knew I could buy the Columbus products were on sale everywhere. Every store in the area had them. So I knew I could come home with some Columbus products without visiting the brewery. But I do wish I'd have got there. But there was just too many to get to. Too many breweries and distilleries. Got to some distilleries too, man. Gosh, that is good. That's a nice IPA. It's almost an old school IPA. What I mean by that is that it's not really, it's not a hazy, it's not a West Coast. It resembles an East Coast before there was a New England IPA. Before the advent of the New England IPA, or the propagation, let's say that, before the propagation of the New England IPA, this really feels like an old school East Coast IPA. A lot of malt, certainly a lot of hops, but a lot of balancing malt going on, which is maybe why I like it a lot, because you don't see a lot of IPAs like this anymore. When I've talked to younger drinkers, several of them have told me, I don't like that IPA because it's too malty. Okay. It seems bizarre to me, but it's a different upbringing, right? They grew up with specific flavors, and that's what they like. I grew up with those, those old school American craft IPAs, or even before that, what the imported British IPAs they got here that were more copper colored, deep malt, a lot of hops, but malty as well. But malt has disappeared from today's IPA. So when I taste an IPA like this, I'm thinking, oh, that's kind of old school East Coast. Oh, man, that is good. I'm a sucker for glassware. Anybody that knows me knows that. It happened to be Ohio Pint Day. And almost all the breweries out there, you had to buy, I can't remember what the stipulation, you had to be there between a certain time and buy their fest beer, I think it was. And I was planning on it up until that day, and then I kind of forgot about it because I was concentrating on hitting some places. I kind of forgot that it was Ohio Pint Day until I got to the last brewery on that Tuesday that I was getting to that day. Then I saw the deal, Ohio Pint Day. I said, oh, crap. I said, what do I got to do to get that glass? So I said, well, because I'd already ordered a flight at this point because I didn't see it right away because, you know, I walk in, it takes a little bit for bifocals to focus. It's dark, I'm walking in, I got a flight. Anyways, he said, well, just order the fest beer. So, okay. I said, just put it on my, I'm going to drink this, but just go ahead and put it on my tab. So he just gave me the glass. I didn't drink the fest beer, but he gave me the glass because I told him this would be put up there. Never, I was buying other stuff. I was buying other stuff as well. They knew they had a sucker on the line, man. They knew they had a sucker on the line, baby. Man, this is nice. I do like the glass. I'm not necessarily crazy about the can-shaped glasses. I don't know that they do beer any favors, but you do get that little bit of a lip that concentrates that nose. Ohio Pint Day 2024. But now I have this memory, this memento, if you will, that I was there in Ohio for Pint Day. My wife and I are thinking about going back to Cincinnati next year, actually, for not our anniversary, but just a vacation. Because so I had things planned for us. We didn't find out about the Jungle Gym store in Cincinnati until like the day before we left Columbus. So once we both found out about it, I mean, it wasn't my wife that said, "Oh, we have to do it." It was more me, to be honest with you, because it's a big grocery and international grocery store, and I kind of love that stuff. But then I had to cancel the other stops we had planned in Cincinnati because that was going to take up all the time. So I was kind of bummed about that, but that was the trade-off. However, because of that, my wife really wants to go back to that Jungle Gyms. And I kind of do too, but I want to visit some other places. There's a lot of breweries and distilleries in the Cincinnati area, so we're thinking about doing that next year, if everything falls into place. I've already asked for the time off from work, but now I've got to get the monetary things in place to make that work as far as doing that, because that's gonna take some scratch, man. I did enjoy Ohio. I've never been to Ohio before. I loved Indiana as well, Indianapolis in particular. I'd been to Indiana before, but I've never been to Indianapolis, and I really enjoyed Indianapolis a lot. I really did. I really enjoy Columbus, too. Some great breweries, distilleries out there. But, yeah, I would like to explore more in Cincinnati, too. And that was kind of my plan originally. Like I said, we were going to hit at least one spot and have some lunch, and maybe two. I think we were originally planning on hitting one spot in Cincinnati, one spot in Louisville, but there were some hiccups along the way. I didn't hit the spots in Cincinnati because we spent at Jungle Gyms, but then we hit some storms getting through, so we didn't stop anywhere in Louisville. We were already about 2 hours behind, so we just kept going, man. Was a nice trip, though. It was nice to see things that I hadn't seen before and done before. It was nice to stay in a BrewDog hotel. Oh, excuse me. As much as I hate to propagate the big guys as far as craft breweries go, they are about as big as they come. I'm not even sure they qualify as a craft brewery with as much as they put out, but it was nice. I mean, the hotel room was very, very nice. The food was great. I mean, I loved the whole experience. A lot more than my wife did, in all honesty. That was the only sort of regret, is it was our anniversary. It should have been, for both of us. But then again, in my defense, she picked out the place. It would seem like I did, but she did. So nevertheless, Oh, man. I am Tom, the beer whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and I want to say one more thing about this beer. As I've let this sit and warm a little bit, I was kind of curious if the flavors and aromas would change much. I will tell you, I really enjoy this beer for a lot of reasons. One, because it kind of brings me back. It kind of feels like that old school East Coast IPA before the propagation of the New England / hazy / juicy, when a beer just tasted like a beer. One more time with feeling. I am Tom, the beer whisperer, evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy, Cilantro.